spending time with your teen, grandchild, or even sibling can be as easy as heading to the kitchen. Sharing a favorite recipe is a great way to create memories. Chef Ramin Ganeshram is a food writer and the author of the teen cooking novel, Stir It Up. She's back here today along with her assistant, Rebecca Ryan. Welcome both to the show. It's nice to have you back, and welcome.
Thank you.
So what are we cooking here today? It looks like dessert is on the menu.
Yes, it is. We're cooking coconut dark chocolate chip cookies.
Fantastic. Now, before we start, though, tell me a little bit about the book, because it's a novel and it's a story, but there are a lot of recipes inside.
Right, exactly. It's a culinary novel is what I call it. So it's for teens and tweens, 10 to 14, and it is the story of a young girl who wants to be a professional chef and gets a shot to do so in a cooking competition on Food Network.
And we have to read the book to find out what happens.
You have to read the book to find out what happens, but there are recipes, and this is one of them.
Terrific. Now, Rebecca, are you in the kitchen a lot? Do you do a lot of cooking?
Yeah, I do. I like to do a lot of cooking and baking at home, and I do it
pretty regularly?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to make?
I like to bake more, so I like to bake like cookies and brownies.
It's always fun to decorate like baked goods, isn't it? Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get going here. We should mention this recipe you created as a teenager yourself.
Yes, I was 13 years old, and I just, my parents were always great about letting me kind of fool around in the kitchen and spend time with them, and my dad was a great storyteller, so if you cooked with him, you got a great story. Oh, and I developed these when I was 13.
And people seem to like them.
Yeah, a great deal, yes. So Rebecca's going to help us with this today since she is a semi-pro baker. So we're going to go over here to the mixer.
All right.
What we have in the mixer already is 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, dark brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar, and 2 sticks of butter.
And I have to ask you, when you have brown sugar in the cabinet, it gets really hard.
Yeah.
Any way to soften it up at all?
Well, there's a lot of tricks that people try to use. Yeah. I mean, the truth is you really need a well-sealed bag. So once you take it out of the store bag, put it in a zip-top bag or a Tupperware, and you should be fine.
And that does the trick?
Yeah.
Because mine's like a rock. I was thinking about that.
But if you put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, it'll loosen up.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So,
thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So what we're going to do here, so we already have the butter and sugar creamed together. You want to do that for about 2 minutes so it gets fluffy. So Rebecca, can you add an egg in there for us? So this is one egg, no shells. Great. And then what you're going to do is mix that up again. So, sorry, Rebecca, thank you. So we're going to just let this go a little bit. We're not going to do it too long, just till it's completely incorporated. Okay. Rebecca, can you add the vanilla? This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Another thing that you can do with this recipe is add 1 teaspoon of coconut extract.
Oh, and that'll really give it the flavor, right?
Exactly, exactly. You'd get that in a specialty food store. So I know it's hard for a lot of people to get, so I don't, require
Vanilla works, right?
Vanilla works just fine. So you would mix that up a little bit, again, till it's incorporated. Then you would add 2 1/4 cups of flour.
So it's great to have some extra help in the kitchen because they can clean up, right?
Yes,
help with the cleanup process,
exactly.
Now, do you have the oven preheated while you're baking all this?
Yes, you preheat the oven to 350 degrees, right? And so you're going to mix that up a little bit till it's well incorporated, right? So on a low setting because you don't want it to fly everywhere. Perfect. And then while that's once that's completely incorporated, you're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay.
As well. And really mix that up so it's good.
Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking, right? Right. So you don't want to see any white lumps, right? You want to see it completely incorporated. This is a basic chocolate chip recipe. So I know a lot of kids, right, you make chocolate chip cookies at home all the time. It'd be a very easy.
Do you eat any of the dough? Be honest.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's the best part.
I agree. I agree.
All right. So then we're going to add the chocolate chips. This is 2 cups of chocolate chips, or one. It's really 1 12-ounce bag.
Now, what type? I know that they're semi-sweet.
These are semi-sweet, which means they're 63%. Dark. That's what semi-sweet means. So you could use milk chocolate, but I really think the dark offsets the nice flavor of the coconut, right? And then you're going to add, this is 1 cup of sweetened coconut flakes. Now, if you want it to be a little bit healthier, but they are cookies.
They are cookies.
You could use unsweetened coconut if you wanted to. I never do because they're cookies. And so then you're going to just, again, mix that up.
We have a little less than a minute left.
Okay, so that's it. So once this is incorporated completely, Rebecca's just going to show you. What I like to do is use a 1 ounce ice cream scoop. You can use a bigger
that's
one.
great because they're always lopsided, the cookies. They probably bake differently if they're not the same size.
Exactly right. Right. So you would just kind of fill that up.
You don't have to spray the wax paper or...
No. If you use parchment or Silpat, they'll just come right out, right?
Okay.
However, if you're going to use a regular cookie sheet and no parchment or Silpat,
spray it.
Spray it.
Okay.
Spray it with some cookie spray. So you would just do that. About 12 fit on here. And then we have some already baked.
Oh, the wonder of TV. What do you know?
The magic of television. So here we go. This is what they're going to look like. Again, you're going to bake them for about, I like to do about 6 to 8 minutes because I like them soft.
Quick and easy, right?
Quick and easy. If you want them to be crunchy, 10 to 12 minutes.
Very
and
good.
these are the final cookies.
Oh, we're going to be sampling at the end of the show. So
right.
stick around, and of course the recipe will be on WTNH.com.